Hey friends, this is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com coming back at you with another moment for chronic wellness. Thank you for being here. So, part of the reason that we've been talking about infusions, as some of you who follow my Instagram may know, is that 2 weeks ago and then this week have been the 2 weeks that I've had my recent Rituxan infusions. So, as I spoke about yesterday, Rituxan is one of the current infusing meds that I am on. And so I go in for my Rituxan infusion to a infusion clinic, and it happens to be in my rheumatology office. That is not true for everyone. Some people go to a hospital setting, some people go to an outpatient infusion clinic. There's a variety of ways that this is done. And Rituxan infusions themselves are generally pretty long. My day is a 7-hour day. And sometimes when people hear that, they're like, oh my gosh, 7 hours, you go and you sit for 7 hours. And I'm like, y'all, I used to do it 7 hours a day, 5 days in a row, every month. 7 hours every 2 weeks and then every 4 months, ain't no thing. So I go and there are two nurses. No, there are two angels disguised as nurses who work at my infusion clinic. And they are key pillars in my mental health picture. They are some of the best humans on the planet, and dear, wonderful people and amazing nurses to boot. And so because I no longer have a port, as we talked about probably a week or so ago, in my chest where I used to get my meds put in, put in, I now get my meds put into a vein. So being on prednisone for as long as I have been, it is hard to find a stable vein to put my meds in. So that is the first fun part of the day, is finding a place in my hand or in my forearm or someplace where we can get a stable vein to tap for 7 hours to put meds in. Once we've done that, cool, we lock it down, we tape it in place and get a Tegaderm over it. And then they start the PreMeds. And PreMeds for people can range from Benadryl to anti-nausea medicines to steroids, things that keep you from having a reaction to the infusion you're getting. Because believe it or not, your body doesn't necessarily want these foreign things coming into it. So it sometimes resists or fights or shuts down or doesn't like what you're giving it. So you get these PreMeds to prophylactically try to stave off those negative reactions. And then you get your meds, usually diluted into either saline or D5, which is a glucose solution. And then they drip those into your body. And so, as I said, for me, it's a fairly long day. I bring headphones or cards I need to write or a book I'm reading or knitting. I used to knit when I had the port. It's a lot harder to do when my arms are now tied up with an IV. And at my clinic, there are other chairs in the room, and each of those chairs are filled with other patients that also have autoimmune disease. So believe it or not, it is a very therapeutic environment. I would not say that it is always joyful, except those nurses are just like a shot of sunshine, so they are joyful. But each of those patients, just like each of us in this world, folks, are going through their own struggle, their own journey. Like, there's no easy reason to have your ass in one of those chairs. And so it oftentimes is an opportunity for rich conversation, to learn about the struggles in somebody else's life, to learn about why they are in one of those chairs, what med is being infused into them. You know, it's everything. 80% of the people there, like 80% of us probably, with autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis. Like, that is the vast majority of the people in the room. And thank you and bless you, all of you with rheumatoid arthritis, for being the guinea pigs on whom all of these meds have been clinical trialed, tested. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But there's also ankylosing spondylitis. Why can't I ever say that one? I'm really sorry if that's your disease. Ankylosing spondylosis. Nope, I don't have it. And then there's lupus patients, and there are all the flavors of autoimmune disease sitting in those chairs. And so it's an opportunity, you know. I mean, some days, no, you just clock out and close your eyes, and some days you have a little bit of conversation and you lift each other up. And so I have had another infusion this week by the time you're watching or listening to this, and I am grateful that there are these meds that they can put in us to keep our bodies from fighting ourselves so hard. All right, we'll continue some more conversation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And until we're together again, I hope that yours are safe and that you are finding ways to feed your soul, your spirit, your eternal self. Yeah. Be well.